Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about sensing yoga. I want to give you a short little introduction to sensing yoga. And this movie is supposed to be a movie you can see before you attend my yoga classes. And that will give you a little explanation to what we do and what the purpose of sensing yoga is. So sensing yoga is actually something that is completely natural, and we all have it inside of us. So what it means to sense is to feel here inside and start listening with your heart instead of being up here in the head thinking and trying to plan the best way to be and to act and to work and everything. So we go down to the heart instead, and we try to listen to what our body is telling us. And there is many ways we can do that, to go to like turn our eyes inside instead of looking outside for answers. So sensing yoga is one way to do that, and it's actually a really great way that I have come to love really much, and that's why I want to start to give yoga classes, and I decided to do them in English so more people from around the world can attend and be part of this, because I think everyone should have a chance to get to know what this is and start to practice this in their own lives. So it's nothing complicated, it's nothing that is made up, it's completely the opposite. It's something that we all have inside of us, and Mia Elmlund, who is the one who have developed this concept, she says that it's not something she made up, it's already have been there, and it's been inside of us, and it's in the nature, and we can see it in animals. And it's actually the way to go back to more natural movements, because when we start to move and more natural, we connect with who we really are, and we have started to stress a lot, as most of you know and experience, and we have forgot to listen inside, because it's in here we have all the answers. And it's if we can start to listen more inside, everything's gonna be all right. So some of the things that we do, the movements we do, is that we rock. And that's when a little child a baby is sad, what do? You rock them, you hold them and you swing them. So you rock and you go from side to side, and maybe you swing, or so these kind of movements is very calming for the body. So it helps the body to go to a more relaxed state of mind instead of stress. So we do a lot of these kind of movements. We also do shaking, and if you have a dog or a cat, or if you have seen one, you see that they do something. They shake regularly, many times every hour. So as soon as they are experiencing something that is a little bit stressful, like whatever, they shake. So they shake, and that is something that we can actually copy, because it's really, really great. So when we shake, what we do is that we get the whole body to flow. So all the systems get inner massage, and it helps the body to detox both from toxins but also from stress hormones. because the stress we are experiencing today is not at all the stress that we were experiencing when we were hunters and like a long time ago. So today we can, for example, get stressed over an email that we get, or someone says something to us, and we get a lot of stress in our body. But before, long time ago, when we were stressed, we were like, we ran because we were in danger. We were hunted by a wild animal or something. And when we ran, we could release the stress hormones directly. But today we just keep on building up a lot of stress in our bodies, and it's no way for it to leave the body. So we have a lot of cortisol in our bodies. And when we shake, we actually we get all the stress hormones released, which is really nice. So if you're only going to do one thing, I would really recommend to start shaking just a short while, maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, maybe 2-3 times a day or something like that. And you can just, if you don't want anyone to see, you can just go to the bathroom or somewhere where no one sees you and shake. So that's what we do a lot of in sensing yoga. And also another thing we do a lot in sensing yoga is spiral movements. So we move the body, like the arms, for example, like spirals. So the same way we are using a dishcloth when we want to squeeze the water out of it, to rinse it again and to get clean water. So it's the same with our connective tissue or the fascia in our body. When we do the spiral movements like that, there's many other ways to do spiral movements, but when we do them, it's like we squeeze the connective tissue, the fascia in our body, so it can release all these toxins and stress hormones and so on, and it can leave the body, and we can get new clear fluid in your body. So that's something we do a lot of. And another thing we do a lot of in sensing yoga is something called pendiculation. That is also something that you can see dogs and cats do all the time. And that is also called a body yawn. So what you do is that you breathe in and you expand an area. So you breathe in and you expand, and you breathe out and relax. And so what happens when you do a pendiculation is that you get a direct information from the body, the area that you are expanding, goes up to the brain and tells the brain it's safe here, it's okay, you can relax. So you can actually have had pain for several years in one area, and when you start to pendiculate, it can actually let go, like in just 2-3 breaths. It's really amazing. So what happens when you do a pendiculation is that you get a direct information from the body, the area that you are expanding, goes up to the brain and tells the brain it's safe here, it's okay, you can relax. So you can actually have had pain for several years in one area, and when you start to pendiculate, it can actually let go, like in just 2-3 breaths. It's really amazing, and it's something completely different than stretching. Yeah, so when you pendiculate, you get new information up to the brain that the area is safe, and the brain can send a signal to let this area relax. So it's really powerful. So these are some of the things we do in sensing yoga. But the main thing is, of course, to start to listen within. And these movements are only ways to do that. I also highly recommend that you close your eyes if you feel safe and it feels okay, of course, because when you close your eyes, it's easier to experience what's happening inside and listen to what your body is trying to say to you, because the body is always and constantly talking to us, but most of the time